Hello, everyone. It is July 22nd. What does he have planned for us? I hope nothing, but because I don't, well, I have the usual bombing raids, so let's see how it plays out. Come on. Why not? Why didn't you let me do this? Okay, so at least we don't get blown apart, but that would have been nice. Okay. This is going to be another one of those very active sub turns with. Oh, well, just as I'm about to finish my comment, which I was going to say, one of those active sub turns where they're all duds or misses, but we got one. So, not enough to sink it, but it'll have to turn around and go back. I do have some night bombing, and as he does as well. Um, he probably takes a bit more damage than we do. Alright, so we are able to get into this base. I don't know if he even has anything parked at this airfield, but we're hitting supply dumps and runway hits. That'll keep him from building this base up, although he'll probably repair it very two shakes of a lamb's tail. But, well, something, right? Our bombers had nothing better to do, and I'm certainly not going to chance a day raid with all of his potential cap. I have some fighters up here, but I'm not positioned yet with enough aviation support to really push hard against Mandalay yet with sweeps. So we're working on that. It's coming. Very piecemeal, but I mean it is nighttime, so I have no high expectations for these night raids. I mean, these some of these 100% moonlight raids still don't do anything. So look at this. All right. Can we get a mine into one of these ships? That's what I'd like to know. We've got at least 80 mines here. Are you gonna tell me that he gets no damage when he sails through here? I don't even understand. Like I had decent luck at the beginning of the game with mines, and it appears that no matter what I've got now, it's doing nothing, no, having no effect. All right, we shred these nates, but he may have more coming. So, all right, Kapong, the usual. And daily. I'll scroll down a bit so you can see here a few disabled. That's That's about it there. All right, we trapped him here because he was bombing our tanks, and I thought, well, let's bring in some hurricanes. Try to stop that from happening. These hurricanes have the better cannons. Well, I'll just say the better gun rating of what I have at Rangoon. So I decided to have them be the ones to long range cap this. Um, let's get through. I don't know how we'll do. Well, we knock them down about 50% from 24 to 12. Oh, I clicked it too fast. I was clicking it to get off the bombing, and then boom, the air to air got off. So because he did heavy damage to our aircraft, our fighter cover, we're still able to get up in the air and defend the base. Let's see how we do. I'm going to push through this because this is a lot of aircraft, and we may have more scrambling too. So, all right, we shoot down about 8 of these sallies. That's not a large number. He must lose a couple to flak, and then we've got all these aircraft in the air. Let's see how many of these sallies we can shoot down. Not enough. We have no losses, and the damage he does to the base is minimal. Basically wiped out, well, did a lot of damage to his attacking air units. So this is going to be hot. This is one of those turns where, because there's a lot of air-to-air action, we can review the air losses when we're done. And again, I'm just going to push through this. There's going to be a lot of action. Okay, so we take some damaged. Okay, we're certainly taking some damaged aircraft on the ground, but I think we were able to destroy some of his. More than this, I'm thinking. But let's keep going here. I'm guessing we destroyed enough to that he won't be bombing us anytime in the near future. And then this is Portland Roads. We're trying to keep that airbase damaged, but it's hard to because he repairs it so quickly. And I learned recently, I don't know if this is true. I haven't necessarily done a thorough research that the repairs done to an airbase or port do not consume supplies. So we are looking for supply hits as well as damaging the base. Ah, got off that too soon. All right. Okay, he's hitting the rest of our ships here, this is what I was hoping he would have hit last turn, our uh, coastal minesweepers. Because then I could have gotten the other ships out. But this is fine. I mean, these are cheap units. He's using his valves to destroy them. But if you look at this line here, he may have a carrier. It's not here. This is too far south because that would be straight across. He may have carriers, maybe light carriers somewhere in here. It's just a complete guess. And this is not showing any lines. I don't know if they're flying right here from Tarakan itself or other carriers in the area. This time he's not capping at all, so we can get some clean hits on his runway. Okay, some decent damage to the base there. And I'm still planning to take Ndeni, but one of the things I'm hoping this'll do is make him think we're going for Tulagi. He can reinforce that, and we'll hit Ndeni. This will become our new air base, and I guess it'll take a while to build it up really high, but then our bombers could probably reach Shortlands here too. We haven't had a good air-to-air day in a while. A lot of attrition due to ops losses, but nothing epic like this turn in a few days. Okay, one chow. Okay, all right. Deliberate attack here. This is one of our annoying, you could call them guerrilla forces, just patrolling this road. We're still in his way, somewhat, and being mildly annoying. Now, if he destroys this, that only helps me. Well, not necessarily. This is a part of a core, so it really doesn't even help me. But then he'll have to chase these other elements, and that gets cumbersome. But after that bombardment attack here, I was thinking he was going to do an all-out attack. Maybe he decided to do a bombardment to see how low our AV got after that bombardment. But I bet my troops are just utterly trashed as far as fatigue and um, disruption. All right, well, he didn't do any damage to my troops, but I didn't mean to get off of that bombardment screen. Yeah, this has no known results either. Kapong. All right, and up here in northern China. Honestly, I'm not sure why he didn't do it. He may have forgotten, but I would have done a deliberate attack there at Dili. Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay, I think I'm going to be doing an attack here. All right, Tungu, we got Forts 1, so if he attacks again. Calcutta Airfield 8, that's great. Kunming and Camilla, where is that? Is that in Australia? Well, or Canada. I don't even know. Some of these names sound like they could be from either place, but it's not a major base anyway. Oh, wow. Several British air squadrons. What I do when we have major air action, look at this in as an intermission between the days. We haven't had any in a while, so let's take a look at this. 40 total to 8. This is, I think that's the most lopsided yet, but I might be misremembering. Think there was one where he lost over 100 and we lost 30 something. I don't remember. But this is certainly very lopsided. But let's see what where the numbers are. Sallies and Nates. I don't remember even Oscars flying or zeros. It's possible he may have a bunch of Nates that have nothing else to do, and plenty of Nates in his inventory to replenish to where he's okay with losing this many. But about the pilots, I'm concerned, although maybe he has second-rate pilots that he thought he'd use, and if they trained up, that would be fine with him. These Sallies, though, we shredded in up in both Burma and then here down here in Java. Total of 28, of course, here, and the numbers might be off because these total way more than 40, but you can see here he's certainly lost a good chunk of Sallies, including the 1Cs, and then of course we lost P40Es. These were on the ground. That's probably Burma. And I mean, sorry, Batavia. That's what I meant to say. These are Dutch, I believe. Oh, yeah, these would have been destroyed by his ship bombardment. And there was one to ops. Okay. And of course, he lost a few of these to ops as well. But then we can look and we lost a B-17, probably those long-range bombing raids, just, fatigue on the bombers themselves. That's not pleasant. We have a night bomber that we lost. I'm not happy about all these one. It's just one, but I really hate to lose these. Well, especially the Skytrain. This is stressful because I only have so. I mean, I'm making them, and I need to use them, but that's the problem. I need every last one. Anyway, it is what it is, and certainly it's not as bad as this side. However, these he probably has plenty to replenish. I'd really love to see his lost pilots. We did lose a killed pilot or crew and two wounded this last turn. But let's take a look at this real fast and see if something shows up. Yeah, of course, our Dutch AMCs. We got one destroyed by a torpedo. That submarine. These Japanese submarines are very lucky with the smaller, nimble boats. I don't know how nimble this is, but maneuver 30. I don't know what that number goes up to. But it's not real fast. But it's certainly, you would think it's small, teeny tiny boat. Anyway, it's sunk. So on to the 23rd. And welcome back to July 23. Not remembering if there's anything specific. I am doing a port strike on Tulagi because yeah, my recon showed an oiler and what are those? Like an ammunition ship. So we'll see if we can get in there and do something. I-17 didn't get a shot off, but neither did we get any depth charges into it. And then over here by Luganville, okay. Our ASW in these locations are having trouble, but hopefully at least keeping my opponent honest or thinking about it. All right, so he's not having any trouble bombing. Our guys get scattered, although it's severe storms, and we actually put a couple of damage into his bomber. And okay, Batavia. Okay. Here's a situation where we had such good cap here last turn that he decided to just go in for a night strike. All right, and it looks like our bombers didn't bomb at all. The ones in Burma, we had some night raid going on, but okay. So where we didn't do anything the last time we encountered the I-30. We fire off a couple of depth charges, and I guess that's it. Okay. And he's coming in to bombard again. Battleship's last turn, this time heavy cruisers. Let's see. See how it goes. All right, some damaged airframes. We actually get some shell hits onto his cruisers, which probably don't do anything. They are... All right, where's the size of these shots? Just this coastal gun battalion. I don't see the size of caliber. What am I missing here? Um, well, anyway, we did fire back, but not sure. I guess if I would have probably watched the replay of that bombardment, I would know what size caliber. I guess, anyways, needless to say, not big enough caliber to do damage to his heavy cruisers. Okay, so as soon as we jump into this action, depth charges are flying over our head. Uh, then we lose them. The fight gets away. Ooh, okay. As soon as I saw this was a Dutch sub, uh, hope my hope went up. My countenance lifted, and we did get one torpedo into it. It's on fire, but it's possible it'll survive this. We'll see. The Sea Raven has fires off a dud. Well, at least one of these torpedoes was a dud. Okay. If it wasn't going to sink before, and it has oil cargo, so this is good. That means, well, one less oil delivery. Oh, we're not guaranteed it's going to sink. All right, shut down a Glen, supposedly. I think with the sound, I feel okay about that, so we'll find out. That's over Luganville, I believe. We do have a lot of cap there. All right, here we go. Airstrike over Timor. China. These are the troops we're trying to slide down into here. He keeps knocking him back into combat mode. See if those ands were enough to knock him. Ooh, I hear a ship sinking. It could be that cargo ship with oil. Um, as I was saying, hopefully those ands didn't do enough to knock it into combat mode. I'm not sure how that works, or if just bombing it is it. I don't know. We'll find out. Looks like Cohen, however it's pronounced over in Australia, that dot base looks like it's still empty. All right, he's bombing our troops here in southwest of Tarakan. We take a few minor casualties, but mostly the terrain probably, and then severe storms. And our daily bombing raid. Well, maybe not every day because it is a longer trip, so we have to rest our bombers occasionally. Maybe twice in 3 days type of thing. But let's move forward. We're hitting the base mainly just to keep it suppressed, keep him having to rebuild it. And then supply hits 5. That's a good number. And a little bit of damage to his troops. Okay, same thing, except no troop losses, but uh, a bit more damage on the base. Okay, so we didn't bring enough fighters in here, but that's okay. We have learned a lesson, and we will bring more next time. I'm gonna push through this, um, but yeah, we're gonna have to sweep with a lot more. I think, yeah, he got the better of us this time. We're flying, I think, 20,000 roughly, and it looks like he's at various levels, 15 and 20K. All right. Um, well, it looks like we got wrecked again, but hopefully that was enough to keep it, I don't know, ground his fighters. If we don't bomb, oh boy. Okay. I did have a bombing run, but it looks like that was fast. I guess I missed the PM, the flip to PM. Um, okay. I'm just glad our bombers didn't go and get shredded. We'll just have to sweep with several more air groups next time. These are just the usual bombardments. If there's any damage here, we do destroy a squad here at Yan'an. Okay, so he bombarded with ships, and now he's still not comfortable doing a regular attack. He is just like shredding our units here. And then this is Tungu. And Rangoon. Okay, Kapong. Okay, so we're almost done with July, and he still hasn't taken Timor, Batavia, Rangoon. All right, Dili is still holding. I'm so surprised about this. It's possible that they don't want to retreat anywhere, so they're just gonna fight till the last. And that's I think we're okay with that because that gives us it just delays them, and I don't see myself rescuing Gull Battalion anyway. All right, his bombardment up here in northern Japan, northern China. Okay, still bombarding us at Banyarmast. Did he land here and take it? For some reason, I thought he landed at this base, but apparently there's two more bases left to take here on Borneo. All right, we're returning fire here at Batavia, but nothing comes of it. And here at Rangoon, we do beat him up a little bit. Now we're doing a deliberate attack here. I saw the size of his unit was small. Our guys are not the best trained troops, so let's see how this goes. We do have odds, and it looks like he's retreating after all. And then what I want to do, well, I'll discuss this in the after action section. Um, it looks like he's lost some decent numbers. 18 squads, 12 non-combat, 3 guns, 8 vehicles. Um, several disabled, but I like these because well, this requires supplies to heal up, or as it were, repair, and these require supply, pull from the pools, and I believe supplies as well. So this means supplies, the pools. He may have lots in the pool, but I mean, if we don't deplete him sometime. Ooh, Tonga Tapu, I don't know. Let's see, we have some expansions. Kumak, Airfield 3, nice. Get that up to at least 5 so we can place heavy bombers there. Uh, by the time by the time that's level 5 to put heavy bombers, I think we will be bombing places way out of range for Kumag. But hey, it won't hurt having a nice base there. Um, Here in a minute, we'll jump into the after action portion and talk about a couple of things that stood out to me. Ooh, nice, some bombers. We'll always take those. Um, so you see here, they have it showed before an AKE. It may or may not have changed since maybe the detection level lowered, but he does still have a couple of ships here. Our bombers didn't fly, and he has reinforced this. The airfield damage is almost down to zero. My bombers didn't go, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the level of sweeps. We've got plenty of aircraft here. I'm going to just go in with a bunch. He doesn't have fighters doing anything. Well, let me put it this way. His bombers are based way back here. So it looks like we have a little bit of detection here. My guess is he has bombers here. They may even fly and bomb here, like our troops out in the open here. I guess that's fine. I mean, that's his prerogative, of course. Uh, and I may not be able to do much about it, honestly. But what I'm gonna do, because I'd rather sweep this than cap this, I think. I don't know. I'll think about that. But certainly the sweeps we made this last turn were not enough. Our B-17s, the problem is we kind of burned them out with these long range raids up here. So now I've got to redirect them here while they're already fatigued. They didn't fly, the B-26s didn't fly at all, which is a shame. But it might have been a good thing for this last turn because they might have run into the teeth of those fighters. I'll have to look at this and evaluate, do I want to hit this airfield hard? Do I want to cap these troops? What's going to be best my best scenario here? These tanks are going northeast, so they're crossing right into here. I think that's okay. Um, I don't think they need to go up this road and then because this they've okay to go. uh I hate when it does this. Okay, maybe if I get off this. They went from here to here and 20 they went 20 miles in one day. So 19 of them, one to get out of this X and 19 to get from into this one. I think that means in 2 turns they'll be here driving up to get this dot base. He'll see it. He'll see it a mile away. Um, I may get up this way because they can move fast and clear, and I'd rather they don't get up here. I don't know. I'd rather they don't get up into here and keep getting bombed as we're moving up this road. Um, but we may have to just cap our tanks. I don't know. Um, yeah, we can switch. We can cap for a bit. We can cap. He'll. I don't think he'll bomb our base here. So I may just redirect long range cap our units here. I think what he's going to do is sweep and bomb these troops. And we can clear out this airbase later. That'll give us, anyways, it'll give us a turn to have our B-17s rest. I'm going to turn off our B-26s. There's no reason for them to get beat up. Our tanks that are moving on the road, that are not these two going to Portland roads, they are cruising along. They'll be in this hex in uh, basically tomorrow. We'll hit it like I'll do a shock attack, knock them back into here. The rest of the army will, the rest of the First Australian Corps will get here and will move in as one whole corps here, and we'll clear this however long it takes. So that's the plan there. Okay, but yeah, cap this or sweep this. That'll be decided. I think it's a 60% chance. I'm leaning more toward capping that for a turn or two. Um, let's see. Clearly, he's rebuilt his air force and he's ready to fight me here. Um, all right. The Just give me a second. I'll pull up the damages in a second. Um, we did some ASW up in these two areas to no effect. And, um, but yeah, I just wanted to point out we did have these B-17s, and you can see here we've got some B-24s. Now they're taking a while to be maintained, be released from maintenance. We'll get two bombers estimated tomorrow, and then two more. I mean, sorry, one more the next day, and then the rest of these are taking a long time. I, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna wait till I have all eight to bomb, but certainly I need one. And I'll have two tomorrow. Yeah, I'll have to decide. I mean, if the B-17s are rested, aren't too fatigued, maybe we'll do another raid or something. But we'll have to. That'll be for another day. Um, all right, so let's do this. All right. And it was worse than I thought. I was hoping we shot something down. This is probably that Jake or whatever, that sub recon. So he lost three. This was exactly reverse of a couple days ago. He lost three and we lost, what is it, 13, 17. So this was like a major reversal for us. It's because uh, look, I didn't notice he was reinforcing this, or that I had no idea he was going to say, "Hey, I'm going to go back there now." So I got lax and wasn't doing full sweeps, and so yeah, we got hammered. We lost six P400s, five in air to air, of course, five Warhawks. We did lose some things at Batavia. That's going to increase that number as well. He lost a Sally and a Glenn. Well, no, the Glenn, not Jake. Yeah, that's what we shut down. A zero to ops. And then, of course, it's like these dauntlesses seem pretty fragile. We lost a Catalina and a Skytrain. These also appear fragile, although we're also putting them through the ringer. But yeah, that was a terrible day for air. You just got to get back on the horse and see if we can do something about it. We lost way more, like a ton of too many pilots right here. Three missing, not six KIA, total of nine that are not available for a roll call. Uh, and of course, a couple injured. Man, again, one of the bad days for my Air Force. Now, it's not it's not a war loser, but it kind of feels like a gut punch. Probably because I'm used to. I've had a few good turns in a row that I've gotten complacent. Let's see. We don't show any ships here. The last two turns, we've heard some sinkings, but they still haven't admitted the loss. Let's see, the 22nd. These are just our coastal minesweepers. Everything else is, nothing else is listed here for the Japanese. They're not admitting anything. Okay. That's that on the losses front. It's, yeah, we'll have to recover from that. again, try to decide what we're going to do about this aerial battle over Northeast Australia. Okay. And let's get up here to Burma. I'm trying to get this base up to level 2 airfield because I don't know the rules. I haven't read it. I just, based on the mechanics of this game, I have a hunch this needs to be airfield level 2 to do sweeps from. I've had these guys, I've had these Mohawks on sweep for days now, and they still haven't been sweeping this. It's 4 hexes, which is plenty of range. So I just take that to mean that the airfield needs to be higher level, but I might be wrong. But we have we have our P-38s, which are we need to get repaired up because I need to do some sweeps and check some of this area out. We damaged his bombers enough up in this area. We had a quiet day. He still did do a night bombing here, but otherwise he didn't attack us in any of these other places. All right. Um, to this, oh, and we still have uh, several. I just want to point this out. Um, we still have these brigades, these British brigades that are supposed to form up as the second British division. I'm going to revisit this. I think I mentioned it a few days ago, but what we're going to do is form the second division and figure out the best way to approach this. I don't know that I want to come here and do a frontal attack. What I might do is follow this road and come in behind and because I don't know what he's going to do, and we might just sit here in some kind of stalemate. Plus, he's probably building fortifications. So I don't want to sit there. I'd rather come in behind, make him have to leave his fortifications, and we may even, depending on the status of Tungu, we may come to its rescue, or we may come south of here and really put him out of supply. And that's probably why he hasn't advanced with his troops. He may be waiting for the supply line to be opened up. Although this road, I guess it could come up here, up this road. That's probably what's happening, actually. He's probably got plenty of supply. Um, but yeah, so the goal, though, is to get the full British division and then come down. We've got uh, we've got enough holding here that he won't come up this road and take Lashio. Um, because the fortifications are up to 3, working on level 4. We've got ×3 terrain with jungle rough, and we have 243, so that's going to be like 700 some odd AV. That would take at least 2 divisions to do anything to. So I feel confident in these 2 bases. And this is 175, but it's also got ×3. Well, no, this is ×2 terrain. We are building fortifications. This one is weaker, but really the reason I positioned troops here is to be a speed bump. Originally, I was just going to put this recon regiment because they're armor, more or less, and see if we could do some serious damage to any just straight up infantry. But then I brought this African brigade with some AT guns, 24 of them. So even if he comes 3.7-inch mountain gun, so if he comes in with some vehicles, this should do pretty well against them. So we'll probably try to hold this. If he takes this and takes Rangoon and brings up like the Imperial Guards Division and some other things, that may make me think twice. But I don't know why. I have a hunch that if he moves northern Burma, he's going to go northeast toward Lashio. But I could be mistaken. Um, so um, that's the status here. Now, I did want to cover one more thing before I finalize this video. We took this hex up here, kicked him out. Now the question is, what do we do here? I think he's bringing reinforcements up. I think if we push down with both, I think that's okay. He could say, well, see, if you're going to move down here, I'm going to cut you off. But he can't afford to, because if he does, then we'll come in behind him here. So he'll have to wait at least until these reinforcements come, by which time we'll be maybe down this road a good ways. And then we'll be able to cut him off, like get behind him on the road here. And maybe we'll have this spiral of death that we circle around each other. But um, yeah, that's probably what I'll do, and I'll trigger it now, and we'll just see. We'll see how we do. But yeah, again, the road is a bigger road. We move pretty quickly down it. And then one more thing, he did get in here, but we advanced far enough that I'm gonna do combat, and we'll probably still slide into this hex. He's surely gonna do a deliberate attack, but we'll be already out by the time he does, and he'll have to chase us. Which again, part of the objective of this is to be a thorn, annoying, kind of a just like ants, ants crawling all over your walls, and you just can't get them all, or you can, but it's just going to take a long time. That's what we're doing here, spreading out, being difficult, annoying little units. And that kind of sums up the situation. There's not much to talk about in the South Pacific, well, Southeast Pacific. We are preparing. We're starting to pull stuff together here at Pago Pago, and that's several. That may be a few weeks away, but we did get, or nope, we don't have it yet. We are. Oh, okay. We are bringing some support ships here, because this will be where our battleships and such resupply to hit Baker. So I'll need to be bringing from Pearl some supplies and some fuel, because our ships are just going to hit this and pull back and just do this kind of infinite loop. Meanwhile, and I can't use this as a base to invade from, because can't put enough troops there. And also the port level, I think, is, well, it's 3. It's not bad. The port here is a bit higher, 4, and the goal will be to stack our units here once we're ready to pull the trigger, load up our invasion forces, and come up here. I may, since I'm slightly more prepared over here, I may pull the trigger on Ndeni first. We already have some transports in the area, a third group, so I think we can. Oh, yeah, but yeah, this might be like 2 weeks away, and then Baker 3 weeks. That's what I'm gonna um, plan for now. But we're gonna have to try to figure out how to get some more ships in the area, because we're behind the 8 ball timeline wise. I wanted to get up here this fall, up into this area. So we got to kind of speed things up, try to get more transports in the area, make sure our capital ships, especially carriers, are ready. That is something I'm working on too, is upgrading them to have the best anti-aircraft value possible before we stick our neck out again into this either Coral or Solomon Sea. All right, I'm gonna wrap things up here, but I'll see what happens this next turn resolution, and hopefully we can get shoot some more Japanese planes than we lose this time around. But take care, everyone. Thanks for watching, and for all your support. Have a good rest of your day. Talk to you later. Bye.